Hello everyone, welcome back to PÖFF TV studio. I'm Amin and we are right here in Tallinn, Estonia, right in the heart of the Venice Film Festival. Right now, we're gonna talk about a gaffer, which is so experienced, and we're gonna talk about his experiences and the path that he actually have begun. Ville Penttilä is here with us, and we're gonna talk about the experiences you have had. Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How do you like Tallinn?
Well, I live here.
Oh, right.
I'm from Helsinki, from Finland, but this has been my home city now 7 years, and I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. It's a wonderful city.
It's a wonderful city. Yeah.
All right. So let's start and talk about the experience and your path you have had. For first, let us know that what was that first thing that you actually started to be a gaffer and you actually chose it as a main profession of your life?
Well, I used to say that I didn't choose this industry. Industry chose me, and it was because my father, he used to be a film producer. Mm-hmm. And after I graduated from the high school, I didn't know really what to do. I applied to study economics, but I didn't get in. And all of a sudden I was standing there and I had nothing and needed to do something. And my only network was through my father, the film industry in Finland. So this is how I ended up to work as a PA and a driver and a runner for the commercials first, and then I got some film work, and then little by little doing it the old-fashioned way, climbing up my steps and ending up to the lighting team and then working with lights. And yeah, I did also some camera work, working on the camera teams, but I found lighting much more interesting, and I also met cinematographers who were then up and coming and who kind of were enthusiastic for my enthusiasm for working, and we team up together, and this is how I ended up as a very young person to do my kind of gaffer, or starting my gaffer career, and been working since 1997 as a gaffer now, so quite a few years.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, but let's talk about that. What is actually what is that the main thing that is enjoyable in your job? Like when you're thinking about that, whenever you're gonna go to the set, you're thinking about that. Oh, I'm gonna do this in the set. Like I'm gonna be a gaffer. But beside of that, what is that enjoyable thing in your job?
Well, there's so many things, but one of the things I really enjoy of making films is it's a teamwork. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter if I do an excellent work or if my team is doing excellent work, but also other teams have to be successful. They have to do excellent work. And then finally, there's a one-person director who has to do fantastic work. And all this, when everything matches together, then the result might be really, really good.
You pointed out a great thing, teamwork. Teamwork is always the main thing in making films. Of course, in other parts and other teams as well, but we're right now talking about the making films and sets. Yeah. So teamwork is, we can even call it as the main thing. But let's talk about that. You have worked with so many people that they are professional, famous, and they are one of the biggest people of their job. But who are those people that when you're getting suggestions from them to get another work with them, you're accepting it without any hesitation? You're like, exactly, I'm gonna go to that set with him or her.
Well, of course. I mean, there are a lot of people I'm really happy to work again and rejoin and do things together, knowing that it has been clicking just well together between us. And for gaffer, you know, my primary and closest person to work with is cinematographer, and then obviously my team. But if I find a click together with the cinematographer, like I have a few of them, that it's, you know, there is no hesitation. I don't need to know what kind of film they have accepted, and if they just give me a call and ask if I would join, I'm very happy to join. Yeah.
Oh, so there's not such a specific people or like...
No, there's many of them. I'm really happy. I'm lucky in this way that I've been working with so many talented people and met so many talented people. And besides that, I'm also very eager always to work with the new people, because I find it very interesting how they are seeing their work and how they see the light and lighting and things. So it's kind of giving a lot of energy for me.
So you pointed out this new projects. So when somebody is asking for a new project to ask you to join them, or any other projects, what do you exactly investigating the project or in that suggestion that what are you searching for, that you see that in the suggestion or in that proposition, and then you're like, okay, I guess it's a nice one to join, or you see that at the end the result's gonna be successful and the result's gonna be seeable?
Well, that's a good question, but for me as a gaffer, one of the first thing is, of course, I want to know who is a director, what director has done or not done. I mean, might be also a very young person, but trying to find out. Then, nowadays internet is so easy. You can really Google people, and you can even find a lot of information even for the young students and stuff. See their student films or stuff. That's one thing. I want to know what the script is about. I want to know that it's somehow interesting also. And obviously then cinematographer, who is the cinematographer, who is the production designer, who are the other key people, makeup and costume designer and stuff. Because if these people are someone who I see that they are interesting and they have delivered interesting work earlier, or I've been perhaps working some of them earlier, then I know that, okay, I'm with a good team. This is the people I want to make a film, and it might be a good one then.
Okay, so basically you evaluate whole the team.
Yeah, I'm trying to evaluate.
Months,
yeah, I mean, obviously the first one is director. Director is everything, and then cinematographer, who is my closest. But then I'm also very much interested in who is a production designer, because the sets they are going to build for us. I mean, is there anything to light or not? And what's the style of the film? Often in Scandinavia, it's actually very much on a cinematographer and director who is describing the style. But some of the bigger shows. All the bigger shows that I've done, it's always the production designer who might have kind of the visual booklet already for the film and show what we're doing. So kind of trying to find out and sneak into the art department and see who are the people and trying to find out that, okay, what kind of visuals they are looking for the film.
Okay, interesting, wise answers. Okay, so let's overview the career as a gaffer. So first, I would like to say this, that, okay, let's say in this way, that most of the people, young people, thinking that when they want to start a career, for example, let's say gaffer, everything is overexplored. And everything is already have been shown, and there's nothing more to do. There's nothing more to explore. If you would like to have some tips, some sort of advice, or I don't know, some comments to these people, that they're if you have to, like, of course there is something more to get. Of course, always there is more. So what would be that comment to them?
Well, not everything is discovered, and every project is unique, and you have to find the tone and the visual of each project differently. And it might be something very simple and small, but you need to find something that kind of attracts you. And this is how I'm also always trying to work. I want to find something that is key for the show. So whatever it can be a new lamp that I want to bring for the show, from my perspective, a new lamp or thinking new way of lighting, which obviously is a longer discussion with the cinematographer how to approach, and it obviously affects what this director actually aiming to and what kind of visuals they want to make. But I mean, just be brave, listen to your heart, listen to your vision, trust yourself. Because there is not right or wrong way of doing these things, or not right or wrong way of lighting films. You have to just trust yourself and do how you feel it's right.
All right, yeah, exactly. And let's go forward and talk about the AI. So these days, of course, everyone knows that the AI is getting more and more powerful, and it occupies everyone's job positions. So what do you think about it? Like, do you think that the AI can also occupy your job position as well as gaffer?
Absolutely. I mean, if I'm looking what will happen, let's say 30 years from now, I think most of the films are done by AI. I don't think there's a really space for me. But then I think there is still films that people want to make to the people, and they want to make it like take the handcraft and put
together.
Yeah, to do it together like an old-fashioned way. Like we are now doing quite much still shooting a film, because we want somehow this film look for the things, and still we have all the digital ways of making it. But absolutely, I think AI is coming, and it will take big part of our work. We should not fight against it, because it's a natural way of processing, and we can't be bitter for that, because this is how it will be. But then again, no one really knows what will happen, how it really will affect, and how really will turn. And like I said, I then believe that there will be shows where you really want to make it like old-fashioned way, where you still need a good gaffer and lighting team, and you need good production designing team, and so on. So, yeah.
Okay, nice one. All right, and for there's a couple of more questions, and before wrapping up, but for first, I would like to say that okay, there is a long path you have had from the long time ago till now as a gaffer. And each year you have already added something into your experiences and into your bag. There's so many golden experiences, all right? But if you would have this possibility to go back in time, is there any decision or any project that you have denied or you have accepted and you're like, right now you're like, oh my God, what was that?
Well, not really. I mean, I don't want to look back too much, you know. I just want to look to the future and see what it will come. I mean, of course, there have been projects I have been sad then that I couldn't take them, or I had signed for something else, I couldn't take them, or whatever happened. One turning point that there was, you know, I haven't always been working only on a set. I'm also a partner in a rental company, and I was running the company in Helsinki 10 years. At the same time, I was gaffing every year a bit, but I had not chance to do as much gaffing as I wanted. But when I needed to turn down Chernobyl TV drama, when I was contacted, then I thought that, okay, I've done now rental business. I want to go back to the set. So it kind of, this was like a trigger for me that, okay, I want to move on. But I'm still not sad I didn't do the film, or yes, it would have been great, but it just wasn't possible. I have got many other great projects after that, and really happy for that. Yeah.
All right, and the last question is about the feature films and these big projects. Estonia and Finland, they have some sort of same taste and same level of filmmaking, right? They're close. Do you think, and do you have any idea, like in future, do we have such a good future in terms of making the projects and this sort of professional films in Estonia and Finland, or you don't expect much for now?
Well, that's a tricky one. I mean, who knows? I mean, we were speaking about AI and how that will affect it. It will also come and play a big role all on this. I mean, what all the streaming industry has done for us is that actually projects that are done in Estonia can all of a sudden be screened in Australia and so on. So kind of the globe has come quite small, and this is interesting and cool thing. And also Europe is kind of the place of co-productions where, you know, you can't really raise enough money from one country, so you need to go for the many countries and make co-productions, which means that you also put team together from many countries, which is interesting. So, and then we have all the cash rebates and incentives that are now in every European country, well, also elsewhere in the world, like in the US, in every state, as I have understood, way or another. But yeah, I think the next year is going to be interesting. I mean, now we are suffering a quite deep dip in the film industry globally. Next year still will be quite difficult. After that, it will picking up. It's not coming as good as it was 2 years ago. That time has gone. It's also the world has changed too much. But yeah, I mean, we are going to make films together here, and people are traveling here and we are traveling there, so it's going to be that. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. All right,
very much.
So it was such a pleasure to have you here. It was such a nice speech with you, and yeah, I hope you will have some bigger projects, and I wish you better films and better career and successful.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Very nice to be in.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And once again, thank you so much for watching us. And don't forget to follow our social medias. Until the another interview, have a good one.